Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a very interesting video, I think. I'm going to be sharing with you 50 random facts about myself. Now the reason being is because I've noticed that I have a lot of new subscribers, which I think is absolutely amazing. So for those of you who are new, welcome. My name is Brianna and I'm so glad to have you along with me on this little YouTube journey. I know a lot of you don't know too much about me, so I thought that I would share just a little bit. Without further ado, let's get the ball rolling. I have a full list of 50 random facts, and some of them are going to be really long and basic, and some of them are going to be a little bit of a story time. Probably going to be a little bit of a long video, so get your popcorn ready because this will be very entertaining. Number 1 random fact, I am allergic to red dye. Number 2, Josh, who is my fiance, he is my first and only boyfriend. Number 3, my biggest fear, and it's so embarrassing to say, even just talking about it just makes my heart stop, but I am terrified of werewolves. I know it's so stupid because they don't exist,
but in my mind I kind of think they do.
I am just deathly afraid of them. Number 4, whenever I'm in a swimming pool, I always think that there's going to be an alligator or a shark that's going to attack me in the pool. And I know it's crazy. I just think of Jaws or Lake Placid. My grandma used to watch a lot of scary movies and would force us to watch, that should also be another fact, but she used to force us to watch scary movies whenever she would babysit us. I just had a very vivid imagination, and so in my mind, even to this day, like I'll swim and I have to remind myself, okay, there's no sharks, there's no alligators, nothing's gonna get you. I know it's really stupid, but it's one of my random facts. Number 5, I love making lists. As you can see, I ended up purchasing my own notebook for YouTube so that I can make lists upon lists. Number 6, I am a former PK. Now, if you don't know what that is a pastor's kid. Growing up, my dad was a music pastor. I was constantly at the church. The church was like my second home, and I definitely have compassion for those who are pastor's kids. Number 7, now you guys know that I am a musical theater major and that I've grown up being in musicals, but my first role was actually when I was a baby. I literally came out of the womb and I was in a musical because I played baby Jesus. Every year our church did a Christmas musical, and it was a huge musical spectacular, and the year that I was born, because I was born in October, I got to be baby Jesus. Number 8, I started singing when I was 3, and the first song I ever sang was Blue by Leanne Rimes. Number 9, things always have to be even. Now there are some exceptions. Number 7, when I get married, I'm planning on getting married on an even day and not on an odd day. It's still tripping me out that I'm getting married in 2017. I wish it wasn't, but it is a number 7, so that's okay. I know I'm really weird in that kind of way. I'm really weird with numbers, but for me, evens give me peace. For number 10, there is an exception when it comes to kisses. I like being kissed in 3s. Number 11, the reason why I have to make lists is because I have the mind of Dory, meaning I forget everything instantly. I have to write things down. Even when I go to write things down, I have to ask constantly because I never remember anything. Number 12, growing up, my mom used to call me Bruiser, and it's not what you think. It's not because, you know, I was tough. It was because I was a klutz, and I would fall all the time, and I would get hurt all the time. She just named me Bruiser because I was her bruised child and I was her klutz of a child. A graceful klutz, but nonetheless, I was a klutz. Number 13, I was teased a lot for my big butt. My family would tease me saying I have my own personal floating device because I have always had a large butt. You know, I've embraced it now, I've embraced my curves, but it was hard growing up. Number 14, I am actually a virgin and I am saving myself until marriage. Number 15, I thought that I could get pregnant by using a tampon. My dad, I'm pretty sure he was just teasing me, but I wasn't allowed to use tampons when I started my period because my dad said that I would get pregnant if I used one. And obviously that's not the case, but I literally thought that, and I remember I was so embarrassed in my junior year of high school because I had started my period in the car with a guy that I had a crush on, and my friend was like, I have a tampon, and I was like, I can't use that. And they're like, wow, why? You've never used one? I said, no, you can get pregnant from one of those. Being a junior and thinking that it was was rough. Number 16, I love going to the beach and listening to the ocean, but I will not step foot into the ocean. I might dip my toe into the ocean, but I am so fearful of what is in the ocean. Kind of goes back to Jaws. I feel like God made me on this earth to be on land. God made whatever's in the ocean to be in the sea. If they were to invade my home and my privacy, I'd probably attack them. So, you know, vice versa. I'm gonna respect whatever's in the ocean and stay away from their home. That way I don't get attacked or stung or anything along the lines of that. Number 17, I have auditioned for Disney 27 times and it took me 27 different types of auditions before they actually hired me. So number 18, my mom growing up used to name our moles. My brother used to have Baxter and Chester. The only one that I can really remember is, where is it at? I think it's this one right here on my neck. She called this one Molinda. Number 19, my name is Brianna Marie, but my name was actually supposed to be Chelsea Nicole. Number 20 is I actually started YouTube in 2008. I originally had a singing channel and it's still up. I don't post on there anymore, but my YouTube name was Singin' Brie Marie. You can definitely go check it out. But I actually started because of Tracy Hines. If you guys are Disney lovers, you probably know who she is. Back then I was looking at auditions since I was auditioning for The Little Mermaid on Broadway and I was looking for inspiration and I stumbled across her video. I think it was Beyond My Wildest Dreams. I just was fascinated by her and I went, wow, okay, if she can do that, I can do it too. Lo and behold, we're now friends. So it's just amazing how God can bring those people into your life to start this little YouTube journey and then do full circle and now you're friends with the people who inspired you to start things like this. Number 21, Josh and I actually met on Instagram. As you guys know, I have a singing Instagram and so he found me through the hashtag 15-second cover. It's crazy to think how this world is now, how society is now, where you can meet through social media. So yeah, that's how we met. Number 22, so you guys know that I live a plant-based diet. I haven't been missing meat. I mean, occasionally I will miss ahi tuna, but there is something that I truly miss and that is pozole. It makes me so sad because that is my favorite meal and I can no longer have that. So if you are vegan or living that plant-based diet and you found a way to make a vegan pozole, let me know in the comments because I miss it so much. Number 23, I hate the sound and the feeling of cotton balls. Ugh, it's like nails on a chalkboard. I cannot stand it. Number 24, I liked the boy on and off for 14 years. We started liking each other when I was 3 and he was 5. He was the first boy that I ever liked and it was a very interesting story, but yeah, we liked each other on and off for 14 years. Number 25, growing up, I was a huge lover of butter. I was the type of girl, my family would give me a snack and it would be the saltine crackers with butter on top or peanut butter. But what I would do is I would just lick that off. I didn't care about the saltine cracker. I wanted the butter on top. I was obsessed with butter. Now I'm not a big fan of butter at all. I think I just kind of overdid it. Number 26. Growing up, my friends always had lunch pails, but my parents, I don't know if we couldn't afford it or what the situation was. So to make me feel special, every single morning, my dad would draw some sort of caricature, whether it be a cute little girl or being me with balloon, or I would tell him what I would want him to draw, but he would always draw me something on my brown lunch bag. I was really sad that I couldn't have a lunch pail, but at the same time, it was really fun to have a little bit of my dad there with me at school each and every day. Number 27, I am not a sports person, but I've played one sport in my life, and that was flag football. In 6th grade, I was the little teeny tiny beanpole, and I played flag football for 1 game. It was so embarrassing because my cousins are very much athletes. One of my cousins has a scholarship for softball. I mean, that's how fantastic they are. And one of my cousins, she was the quarterback. She was, you know, the top of the line, just a fantastic athlete, and I wanted to follow in the footsteps. I joined the 6th grade flag football team. It was an all-girls football team. They put me up against this really fat, tall girl. I mean, she was like a giant. It was so embarrassing. She pushed me over, I got hurt, and then I decided to quit. I was like, this is not for me. I am sticking to musical theater. Number 28, growing up, I wanted to be a cheerleader because my mom was a cheerleader, and I actually auditioned to be a cheerleader when I was, I want to say like 7 or 8. I didn't even make it past the auditions because I had lost my 2 front teeth and all the girls there had made fun of me. Even the coach initiated the teasing because she pointed out that I looked like a jack-o'-lantern face. Kind of stopped my cheerleading career, which I'm kind of glad because now I'm singing, and I don't know if cheerleading would have affected my vocal cords, but yeah, there was a time where I wanted to be a cheerleader. Number 29, fun fact, my cousin is actually Ice-T's son. My cousin is Ice. I never see him. I used to see him for Christmas every year growing up. Now that my great-grandma has passed away, I probably will never see him again. Yeah, Ice-T's son is my cousin. Go figure. Number 30, I actually started getting into makeup my junior year of high school. Now, I wore makeup at the beginning of high school, but I wasn't really into it until I got into my junior year of high school, and it was because of show choir. Number 31, I can actually do a great monkey impression. I'm not gonna do it on camera right now. Maybe if you see me in person, maybe I'll do it for you. Number 32, I actually get along better with kids than I do adults. With adults, I'm more of an introvert, whereas with kids, I can ask them so many questions and be personable with them, and I think that's why a lot of my followers are a little bit younger, and I have a lot of little ones who look up to me. It's just because I can talk to them a lot easier than I can with an adult. I think it's also because kids really don't judge you, so you can be yourself and be obnoxious and crazy and goofy and weird, and they are just gonna love it and be themselves as well. They're just a joy to be around. Number 33, my best friend Tabitha and I actually used to hate one another. We met in college. For me, I think honestly I was just jealous of her. I mean, she is drop dead gorgeous. She could easily be a model. She is an actress, but she is just stunning. And I think I was just very intimidated by her, and we hated each other. We were assigned to work together on projects and we hated it. We loathed each other. It was like Glinda and Elphaba. I call her my Elphaba to my Glinda. We loathed each other. What changed it was I had this traumatic experience happen towards the end of college. At 3 a.m. I came down to her room. I had nowhere else to go. I had no idea who to talk to. I think it was just the Lord just kind of brought me to her room, and I knocked and she answered, and I poured my heart out to her and bawled my eyes out, and we've been best friends ever since. And she's my maid of honor. It's just crazy to think that my best friend used to be my nemesis. Number 34, while I am Hispanic, I actually cannot speak Spanish. I can speak a little bit, and I'm learning a little bit more from Mermaid because I do deal with a lot of Hispanic guests. The reason being is because growing up, my grandma used to watch 6 to 9 of us grandkids, but she didn't teach any of her grandkids Spanish because she wanted to be able to talk about us in Spanish. So I know a lot of like the nicknames, mentirosa, I know that, but I really only know basic Spanish, like ¿cuál es tu animal favorito? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cuántos años tienes? You know, very, very, very simplistic Spanish. And I want to learn more, obviously, because I do want my child to learn how to speak Tagalog, how to learn how to speak Spanish, and obviously how to learn to speak English. I'm a Mexican who does not know how to speak Spanish. Number 35, I met Anne Hathaway when I lived in New York City, and fun fact, the reason why I met Anne Hathaway was she ended up giving us pizza while waiting for her last show of 12th Night. Number 36, I've also met Hugh Jackman. He used to be the love of my life, and he signed my ID, which I think I have somewhere around here. Maybe, maybe not. Hold on, let me go check real quickly. I do have it. So I have my ANDA ID, and on the back it says enjoy, and it's by Hugh Jackman, and that is a story in itself. I have a picture and I will post right here, but I got to meet Hugh Jackman on my birthday, and I can definitely do a story time with that as well. So if you want me to do a story time, like a celebrity story time, let me know in the comments and I will definitely do that for you guys. Number 37, I work with animals and I work with pets, especially dogs and cats, but I used to be very, very fearful of dogs, mostly big dogs, but I was very fearful of dogs. I didn't actually tell my work when they hired me on as a Pets Rule host, so I had to quickly get over that fear. Typically you have anywhere between 2 weeks to a month to be put into a show, and I had 3 days to be put into a show, so I had to get over my fear immediately. Number 38, you guys know that I deal with anxiety. It's one of my struggles in life. I especially deal with anxiety when I'm driving, but I will say one thing that helps me is whenever I'm passing large vehicles, especially if I'm right in between 2 semi-trucks, I like to exhale because I tend to hold my breath, and I will sing. So if I'm passing them, all of a sudden you'll hear me go, ah, or whoo, or he. That's what what I do. I like to sing. It kind of gets my mind off of it and it allows me to exhale and start breathing again. Number 39, I actually used to be 20 or 25 pounds heavier than I am right now. And I'll insert a picture right here. I look a lot different than before. The reason I look like that is because I suffered from depression, and in New York, there were plenty of weeks where my daily dinner would consist of an entire medium Domino's pizza and a sleeve of Chips Ahoy chocolate chip cookies. I definitely ate my feelings away and then some. Speaking of New York, number 40, I moved to New York City a week after graduating from high school. I believe I found out 2 weeks beforehand that I was accepted into AMDA, New York, and I told my family, see you later, because we had moved to Nebraska my junior year of high school, and it was a living nightmare, and I was ready to move and pursue my dream of Broadway and musical theater, so I told my family, peace, I'm moving out. Number 41, my first job was actually a bra specialist at Victoria's Secret. I worked in Soho in New York. We were the #1 store in America, and I actually dealt with a lot of the Victoria's Secret models, and one of my favorites was Adriana Lima. She was the sweetest thing. There was one time where one of the models fell, and I was like, karma, because she was very much a diva. For those of you who work at Victoria's Secret, I commend you, because it is not an easy job, let me tell you that. Number 42, my first memory ever, the first thing that I can ever remember was when I was 3 years old, and my family actually left me at home. I believe it was just me and my younger brother Jake at the time. I don't think Caleb was born yet. There was one day where my mom woke up and I was still asleep, and so she left and I had rolled underneath the bed. So my dad quickly looked, didn't see me there, took my brother to my grandma's house and left me at the house. And I remember waking up not sure what was going on, and I checked every single room, no one was there, and I thought my family had abandoned me. So I remember sitting in the middle of my living room, bawling my eyes out, and I had a dog at the time, his name was Schroeder, and he was howling and I was holding him and we were crying, and I could hear my mom's voice, and I didn't know, but my mom had called because eventually they had figured out, oh, we left Bree. So she had called and was trying to get a hold of me and was leaving voicemails of Bree, pick up the phone. So I just thought that I could hear my mom, and it just was a very depressing situation for me. My dad said that when he came back to pick me up from across the street, he could hear me screaming my lungs off. Like, that's how much I was crying. Yeah, it traumatized me for sure. Number 43, I can actually imitate one of the emoji faces. I don't know if I can do it on camera right now. I might get a little camera shy, but if I can, I'm gonna insert the picture right here of the emoji. By the way, that's one of my favorite Snapchat filters, is the one with the sad face. Number 44, when I'm watching a movie, I am captivated by the movie. It's like I'm in the movie. I'm feeling the emotions they are feeling. If it's an action movie, I am there. It's like I am at the scene of the crime, and if someone is in love with someone, I cry with them. Josh makes fun of me all the time because I will talk back to the TV. I get so wrapped up in their little world that I can't help myself but get involved in their lives and their drama just for that little moment. Number 45, I will push it for as long as I can without shaving my legs. I hate shaving my legs. Because I am Hispanic, the only thing that I've really inherited, so to speak, is my butt and my hairy legs. Winter is one of my favorite times because I can wear tights and I can wear pants and I don't have to shave. Number 46, I cry easily. I don't mean to cry, I'm just a very passionate person. So I might be talking to you and I get really passionate and all of a sudden I start crying, and I don't mean to cry, it just tears start coming out. Number 47, I am a homebody. I'd rather stay home and chill and not be a socialite. I'm very much an introvert. It takes a really long time for me to open up and be my normal goofy self with you, but if I am, that means that I trust you and that I love you and that I feel comfortable enough around you to be myself. Number 48, I would love to be a certified makeup artist, and eventually I know I want to go to school for that and get my certification for makeup artistry, as I love makeup and it would be fun to have that as a side job. But I would also like to get a certification as a Zumba instructor. I love Zumba. It's my favorite form of fitness, and it would be really fun to have that under my belt. Number 49, I am actually pretty good at rhyming. Number 50, my final random fact is that Josh and I, while we are on road trips, we love to have rap battles. We'll go on YouTube and we'll find trap music and we will just go at it and rap and compete against each other, and he's pretty good. Me, I have my moments. It's one of our favorite things to do. But yeah, guys, that is it for this video. Let me know in the comments one of your random facts. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and until next time, I hope you guys have an amazing week, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.